driven by them, and everything matters more. So getting the fans back in the stadium and being able to just have that atmosphere, I think, was great. Of course, the result does not go the way we would have all liked it to go, but that is soccer, and that's how things tend to happen. I want to start off by talking about the Super League. For those of you guys who don't already know, and today is going to be we're focusing soccer today. This hour is going to be soccer, soccer, soccer. But today, the big topic was the Super League. I think that a lot of people are very against it, as am I. And from what we've seen thus far, and I joked about it to Tito when he walked in the room because I was like, oh, your team's one of the snakes. They're one of the ones that decided to depart and are deciding to, try to be this big league and destroy what we know of club football and what it matters and how big club football is. And, I joke about it saying, oh, it's one of the teams. But to these teams that, whether they do it officially or not, right, whether what any of these threats that come out of the UEFA president, Alexander Seferin, are true or whether they're just, threats, right? Football is driven by the fans. Club football is made by the fans. If you were here yesterday, here at the Enter game, you would know whether you were someone sitting in the press box or whether you were someone sitting in the stands, standing with the supporter section, even if you were on the side where most of the LA Galaxy fans were. The lift that you feel in a stadium, the seats rocking, the chants, the full 90 minutes, through everything and anything, club football is driven by fans more than anything else in the world. It is just a different atmosphere. And whether that's 8,000 fans or 60,000 fans, watching at home isn't the same. Not being there is not the same. Feeling the crowd, feeling everybody, just anticipating everything. Robbie Robinson gets that opening goal yesterday. The stadium was electric. It was absolutely electric. Chicharito equalizes in the second half, still buzzing. You get the penalty kick, fans screaming at the top of their lungs as Higuain goes, takes the kick, slots it past the keeper, and again, just a blow up from the fans. Even through then giving, the 2 goals, they did a fantastic job fan-wise, atmosphere-wise. That is what makes club football. Now, these clubs in AC Milan, Arsenal, Atletico de Madrid, Chelsea, Barcelona, Inter Milan, Juventus, Liverpool, Manchester City, Manchester United, Real Madrid, and Tottenham don't believe that, apparently. Of all the clubs, first of all, let me go through this 12-club list and list the clubs that have not been successful in the Champions League for quite some time now. AC Milan has not been successful in the Champions League for quite some time. Arsenal plays in the Europa League basically all the time now. Inter Milan, sorry, Dono, they haven't been anything in the Champions League for a while. Juventus, the same thing since they went to that final against Real Madrid forever ago. Tottenham's been to one final in recent years, and that's about it. Manchester United has been playing in the Europa League. These are all teams out of these 12, most of them made up, besides the Atletico, Chelsea, and even Chelsea hasn't been anything in the Champions League, if you want to be honest. They've qualified, but they haven't been anything in the Champions League either. This is Atletico, Barcelona, Liverpool, City, and Madrid, all putting that foot forward. They call themselves the founding clubs for an inaugural season of midweek games. And, you know, of all the clubs that are there, Liverpool, you want to go and join the Super League full of teams because of a monetary reason. Because, the pandemics hit everybody. Because UEFA wants to change how things are working with the Champions League and spread out the money. So teams like Shakhtar Donetsk, who have to fight their way into the Champions League, aren't making $500,000. And teams like Bayern Munich, who win the Bundesliga, get as far as they get, and they get tens of millions of dollars, and they're not even going to be in the semifinals next week. Imagine 500,000, obviously probably euros or whatever converted, $500,000 or 500,000, whatever. When you have to fight and scratch and claw your way to the Champions League. And these big clubs who are the ones getting money no matter what happens. I mean, Bayern made $100 million plus from the Champions League last season. Without fans. That's just off of the money they got from UEFA just for winning and being and getting as far as they got in Lisbon. $100 million. These clubs that are a part of this, going after that money, trying so hard to try to find that money. Tottenham, really? Your coach came out the other day and said he's against the ESL, and now you're going to go out there and sack him 6 days before a final? 6 days before a cup game that you're a part of? You're going to go out there and sack your coach and most of his staff. Manchester United? Really? Really? Since Sir Alex Ferguson left, Manchester United has been nothing. They've been a shell of a club. They've gone from manager to manager. They've done absolutely nothing. And you want to call yourself a super team in a super league? Liverpool claims to be the club of the fans. You'll never walk alone. The big thing when they won the Premier League for the first time in years was, this is for the fans. You'll never walk alone. This club built by the poor, like all this stuff, all these clubs built up and run for hundreds of years now, or 100+ years now. And these clubs are going to go ahead and turn their back on what club football is. Turn their back on their domestic leagues. To do midweek games for more money. And actually, I think it was $6 billion or $4 billion. It's a lot of money. And you know what? It's very enticing. But even a money-hungry club like Borussia Dortmund, who get their players and sell them off in the Bundesliga, don't even bother to challenge for when it matters, they didn't even take the bait. You have entire Bundesliga clubs coming out and denying to go in. You have a team in PSG that's run and operated by oil money not joining this Super League. Like, I don't understand. Some people I've seen have said, certain things if they don't understand. These are teams. RB Leipzig is ridiculed and hated in Germany because Red Bull owns them. And that's not how you do sports in Germany. That's not how you do football in Germany. With just influx of money pushed into teams. They're one of the most hated teams in the Bundesliga because of their ownership. They are not joining the European Super League. But you have teams like AC Milan who haven't done anything in years. Arsenal, nothing. Inter Milan, nothing. Juventus, all they've done is win their league. That's it. Manchester United, nothing when it comes to European competition again. Tottenham, absolutely nothing besides a final. These are all these teams that are supposed to be these big clubs. They're supposed to be the Super League. Gonna play these midweek games. And you have your own players. Manchester United's Bruno Fernandes, who has been a gem ever since he joined. An absolute steal for their team. Absolute steal, dominating their midfield. He even came out on his own Instagram and was against this. You have your own players from your own club going out and publicly showing their distaste for this. I don't understand what these teams a part of this European Super League thought was going to happen. Because in terms of the major aspect of all things, everyone is against them except for themselves. It's ridiculous. Football is built and run through fans. And what you do is you want to go into an area where you're going to just play these midweek games, which are probably going to be worth a hell of a lot of money. And ticket-wise for the fans, you're going to charge a lot of money. So the fan that can't go to Manchester City, Manchester United, because it costs too much to even sit at the top of the stadium, who might want to go out there and go to a game to see their favorite player and their favorite team in Manchester United, even if it's against a team like Norwich. Or it's a game in which they can go see them because they are near Nottingham and they're going to go watch Nottingham Forest against City in a cup game or something. So they can see their favorite players play. These players that they look up to as kids. Those players aren't going to play in those games anymore. They say, oh, it's not going to affect the domestic leagues. They're still going to play in them. Yeah, right. If I'm playing in a Super League that's worth billions of dollars and are midweek games, I'm not going to put my players out on a Saturday or Sunday or Friday game against a lower level side in my league. Why would I if I'm a manager? That makes no sense. Because you get one, for what everyone wants to talk about with Bayern Munich, you get one Robert Lewandowski injury away because of one of those games, because of an international call-up. You're getting destroyed in those midweek games because you don't have a dominant goal scorer. You lose a Virgil van Dijk in one of those games, your defense is in shambles if you're Liverpool. And you're going to lose those midweek games. You're not getting any breaks. I mean, Arsenal maybe is a break, but you're not getting... Sorry about that, Big O. You're not getting breaks. If these are the quote-unquote top teams in Europe, which they're not, by the way, you're not getting breaks. I mean, think about it in this aspect in terms of what's been done in the Champions League for so many years now. Ajax from the Netherlands has done more in the Champions League in the past, I would say, 5 or 6 years than AC Milan, Arsenal, Inter Milan, and Tottenham reached the final and they beat them. That's the only reason I would give Tottenham the edge, and then Manchester United. That's what, 4 of these teams? Even they've done more than Chelsea. That's 5. That's 5 of these 12 super clubs. Best clubs in the world. And a team that doesn't get nearly as much of the amount of money that they do has been doing better in European competition than they have. It's ridiculous. I don't understand how anybody could enjoy this. And I know it's going to be baseless threats. But if I was UEFA and I really did want to take action and try to stifle these clubs as much as possible, you know what? Yeah, you want to go play for Manchester City, Liverpool, Arsenal, AC Milan, Inter Milan in one of these European Super League? Yeah, go do it. I'm not going to let you play for your national team. So go play in that league. You're going to make a hell of a lot of money. But you're not going to be able to play in these games. I know that they're baseless. I know that they're not going to really happen, in terms of what the actual situation is going to be, because you need your big name players to play in these big name games. But I'm all for it. And it's not the players' fault. It's the club's fault. You turned against the fans. It's frustrating. There's a lot more I want to say, and maybe I'll bring it in a little bit more in the next one, but it's just frustrating. Absolutely frustrating. Saturdays from 1 to 3 p.m., baseball fans can go deep into the count with Alex Aguirre and Christian Chase. Catch the show that talks Marlins and all the big stories in the major leagues. Every Saturday from 1 to 3 p.m., Seamheads have a new home. Listen to Deep Into the Count exclusively at OnsideRadio.com.
Onside Radio, the only choice for the South Florida sports fan.
When you want a perfectly straight smile without braces, you can count on MoodyAsDental.com. A stunning smile is within reach. Learn more about Invisalign. Find out why so many trust the Moody Ass family. Dr. Moody Ass is an inventor and has several patents on innovative surgical instruments that are used around the world. Experience a family environment and trust on a worldwide level. From implants to crowns to a beautiful Invisalign smile. Call 305-821-0231. That's 305-821-0231. Or go to the website at MoodyAsDental.com.
You can now watch Onside Radio daily by subscribing to our YouTube and Twitch channels. Search Onside Radio, log on, subscribe, rate, and review Onside Radio on YouTube and Twitch. See why Alex Dino is very superstitious during Inter Milan matches. OnsideRadio.com, South Florida's home for real sports talk.
Inter Miami CF, your official furniture and mattress store, is here. City Furniture is your #1 home source for the trends you want at the prices you'll love, including exclusive City Furniture collections, the widest selection of styles, affordable home accents, mattresses starting at just $99 and more. Create the home of your dreams fast with next-day delivery, plus get 60 months special financing with no down payment. Because City Furniture is here to make it easy so everyone can live life like this, visit cityfurniture.com.
It's toast. When South Floridians need hurricane windows, there's only one crew to call, Brett and Tom at B&T Windows and Doors. They came to the crib last year, installed PGT windows and doors, and now I'm set. No more plywood, no more knuckle-busting wing nuts. PGT windows and doors will keep me and my family safe the next time a named storm comes rolling on through. Call B&T today, 954-233-0126, or bntwindowsanddoors.com. And P.S., do me a favor, tell them you heard about them on OnsideRadio.com.
Now that it's springtime, it's only getting hotter here in South Florida. Make sure your AC in your home or business is running smoothly by investing in a preventative maintenance plan from M&S Air Conditioning. And M&S is a Mitsubishi Diamond Elite contractor. When you purchase a new Mitsubishi electric mini split system, you'll get a 12-year warranty. Or install a high-efficiency polarized air filter in your AC unit that captures and destroys biological contaminants to improve air quality. M&S Air Conditioning have been providing prompt, honest, and reliable service for over 30 years. Schedule service or call to get more info on our preventative maintenance plans. Call 954-421-3680 or visit ac-florida.com.
Fish fans, time to reel in the latest news in baseball with OnsideRadio.com's Marlins Minute. Here's Alex Aguirre.
The Miami Marlins have made it back-to-back series wins after taking 3 out of 4 in Atlanta and out 2 out of 3 against the Giants. Unfortunately, the bats were quiet in the series finale against San Francisco, and Miami couldn't complete the sweep, getting shut out 1-0. Pablo Lopez did set a career high in strikeouts with 9 in 6 strong innings. Starling Marte was pulled out of yesterday's game in the middle of his 9th inning at bat due to what appeared to be an injury in his oblique area. Marte was taken out of the game after Don Mattingly and the team trainer had a look. The Fish have the day off today and are back in action tomorrow to host the Baltimore Orioles for a quick 2-game series. Last season, Miami swept Baltimore in their 4-game series at Camden Yards, and 2 of those wins were by shutout. Let's hope the Marlins pitching staff can repeat that type of performance. First pitch is tomorrow at 6:40. Let's go Fish.
Keep up with the latest on the Miami Marlins by subscribing on most platforms by searching Onside Radio. Let's get back to Kai's Corner. You can send Kai a text at 844-416-8123. That's 844-416-8123. Here's Kai Chen Chisholm.
I want to hate on the Super League a little bit more here because it's frustrated me since yesterday, and I had to take a day and a night to kind of let it all stay in me because, of course, yesterday was Inter Miami stuff. And we're actually going to talk about the Inter Miami game in the next segment, or I might tie it into this one depending on how much more I go into the European Super League that has been proposed, or I guess official. It's not proposed now. It's an official thing. A tweet that I saw while we were on break that I want to reference. And I think this is from someone who I know is a huge Liverpool fan. He's pretty big on YouTube. Says, quote, and it's at the official FNG. He does soccer stuff on YouTube. On a serious level, if you support a top 6 club, will you continue to support them in the European Super League if it goes ahead? They don't care about us. They've made that clear. So will you care about them? For anyone that might think that this is just, some clubs getting upset that the bigger clubs are going to go do something for money and yada, yada, yada. I don't think I could stress, and I'm going to tie it into the Inter Miami game now. I don't think I can stress how important fans are to the game of football. It's the beautiful game for a reason, and anything can happen, right? Like, let's talk about the Inter Miami game yesterday against the Galaxy. I want to go first half, second half. In the first half, one of the things that I noticed very clearly, and I was relaying information to Austin, and Austin, of course, his Inter Miami knowledge goes, it's insane. His Inter Miami knowledge is like my Bayern Munich knowledge. It's a stratosphere above, right? And it's one of the things that I noticed as I was doing my studying and research and, getting ready for the game. Prepping myself as well, as I will for every game that me and him are here. We're at the Dangerous Minds doing for the away games that at 1901 North Federal Highway in Pompano. They'll be having that again this Saturday at 8 p.m. So make sure that'll be for the away game against Philadelphia Union. But they were playing a very high back line. And for anyone that might not understand that, your back line is your defense. Mostly, if it's your 2 center backs who are trying to play that notorious high line. And Bayern Munich does it a lot under Hansi Flick. Who knows if they still will. Flick wanting out of his contract. But that's one of the things that I noticed immediately. In the first half, they were playing a very high line. Their fullbacks were pushing up very, very far and getting involved in the play. And as a fan of that style of football, obviously because Bayern Munich plays that style of football, and I just like utilizing your fullbacks, having your right back and your left back pushing up and trying to create and, getting those give and goes on the side. I thought that they were playing beautiful football. The first half from Inter Miami, Galaxy had no idea what was going on. They could not do anything. They couldn't do anything. They were having a horrible game, and what Inter was doing on defense with Figal and LGP, they were playing outstanding. They were playing great. Their midfield was dominating. They were holding possession of the football. They were playing fantastic. Then you get into the second half, and of course Robbie Robinson gets his goal in the 45th minute +1 out of extra time. And by the way, very unselfish from Gonzalo Higuain. I liked that he did that, make the extra pass. That's something that I was screaming at the top of my lungs about in the Bayern Munich game against PSG last week, because making that extra pass wasn't happening. Robbie Robinson said about that goal, he said, Gonzalo, talking about Higuain, he got the ball, went on to say, all I had to do was direct it onto goal. We thought we did a good job for 70 minutes attacking-wise. And I would agree. I think there's just something. And there's a lot that was said by Phil Neville. But I'll get into those quotes in a second, and I'll read off what we were told yesterday in the press conference. I thought they did a great job in the first half. What they were doing, Galaxy could not get through defensively. They were dominating the midfield. They were pressing. You saw what Phil Neville wanted to do with this style of play. And it was beautiful to watch. You were sitting there like, they're controlling this game. They got the goal, which is great. And now, hopefully, they will continue to get there. Then, in the second half, and I'm not even talking about the first Chicharito goal, you started to see a little bit of breaks in what they were doing, attacking, getting into that final third. And a lot of what, and I'm giving credit to this to Austin because he's the one that mentioned it, and I started to think about it when I watched the game back. They're playing a lot of long balls or trying to play, Robbie Robinson down in the middle instead of keeping him out to the outside on the wings. Lewis Morgan was seemingly having to come back into the midfield more again than he was having to play on the wings. And it was all about either making the extra pass or making the pass earlier than they thought they needed to. There was a lot of situations and areas where that pass wasn't being made. And because that extra pass wasn't being made, or because someone wasn't pulling it back or, squaring it in front of goal, there was just a lot of it was just bad attacking wise. Then of course you give away the Chicharito goal and it's on LGP. I mean, that's the only man you have to mark in that situation. Giving up a goal like that in the fashion in which you did is just, ridiculous if we're going to be completely honest here. Then Higuain gets the penalty. Crowd, by the way, insane about it. Absolutely insane. Get the penalty. Doesn't miss it this time. Puts it through. Great shot. Gets it past the keeper. Inter Miami is up 2-1. And you're thinking at the time, again, remember what Robbie Robinson said. We dominated the game and we did a great job attacking for 70 minutes. That Higuain penalty was at the 68th minute. He kind of took it at like the 69th minute. But it was at the 68th minute. I still think, because he took it at like the 69th. I remember because I was tweeting about it. But he steps up, he takes the pen, he slots it home, and then the Galaxy start to expose Inter defensively. Now, there are two mistakes that were very prevalent in how those last two goals are scored. And I think you look at the goalkeeping and you have to say that was a major reason on how that happened. But as the game continued to progress, and it shows in the stat line, once the players did get tired, Phil Neville said himself, it's not an excuse, but they didn't have any preseason games. They're not at full fitness. You're going to get fatigued very easily. As it started to happen, you saw the Galaxy in that second half from, I would say, pretty much like the 60th minute all the way till the end, that final 30, they dominated possession and they dominated the game, and it shows up in the stat sheet in terms of possession wise. They finished the game in which they were getting dominated for 45 minutes plus, I guess you'd say up to like the 60th minute, really getting absolutely dominated on the ball, to then dominating the ball for 30 minutes and holding 66% of possession. And they got their 3 goals off of 5 shots on target. Again, 2 of them mistakes by, the keeper. Inter had 19 shots, which is great to see offensively, attacking-wise. And then 8 shots on target. Phil Neville went on to say it's not an excuse. It's just a fact about the preseason game. Loved what he saw out of Robbie Robinson. And said, in football, no two halves are the same. And he just thought they were the more dominant side. Unfortunately, sometimes in soccer, things just, they don't go your way, and you can have a mistake. You can have one pass go out where you've been making teams look foolish all game, or you've been making that extra pass, and for whatever reason you don't, or you don't do this. There are a lot that you see, and I think the team did a great job. You saw a lot. But one of the things he mentioned that I thought was interesting as well, as we're going to, get ready here to talk about the draft party that we're going to have in just about a week now. It says here he was talking about Gonzalo Higuain, and they were asking him about how unselfish he was playing. He went on to say, as a manager, you want to say square it. All the best players in the world square it. But continued to say that he was, happy with how unselfish he was playing, that he thought he played a great game. That's something that I felt a lot as well. There were times where you really wanted him to just put it on goal, and some of the ones he did required fantastic saves. Also said we ended up playing long hopeless balls or aimless balls, which was a bit of a disappointment. Again, you're going to see a lot of great out of this team, I think, this season, and I think we're going to see another great performance, hopefully, against the Philadelphia Union on Saturday, and that should be good as well. And again, before we get into the draft party stuff, you can watch live with the Inter Miami crew here with Dono and Big O. That's 1901 North Federal Highway in Pompano for those road games. That one is Saturday at 8 p.m. for that game. But we're going to have a draft party here for Onside Radio. You can join us for our NFL draft party at Sports Grill in Miami at 11481 Southwest 40th Street in Bird Road. You can join Big O, Alex Dono for the 2-night event starting on Thursday, April 29th at 7:30, and then Friday for day 2 at 6:30. Drink and food specials, giveaways, and the best damn draft party in South Florida. Join us for a 2-night event as OnSideRadio.com and Sports Grill bring you the NFL draft party on Bird Road. That's again 11481 Southwest 40th Street and Bird Road. The best NFL draft party on the planet.
Now streaming online.
Onside Radio, the only choice for the South Florida sports fan. When you need your warehouse looking good while staying efficient, there's only one place to find the finest racks in the business. Pallet Rack City in Hialeah. 305-424-8547. That's 305-424-8547. Pallet Rack City is the company you need when you want your warehouse sporting the finest racks in the business. After all, who doesn't love a great rack? Pallet Rack City. 305-424-8547. That's 305-424-8547.
Okay, kids, Dad's gonna teach you how to dance. First, spread your feet apart. Then, pump your knee, nod your head, shake your hips, and bite your lip ever so slightly. Now, with one hand in the air, point at people with the other hand. I call that the rock star.
Dance like a dad. It's a great way to make a moment with your kids.
Now, make a face like it just smells something bad.
Visit fatherhood.gov. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Ad Council.
Inter Miami CF fans, join us at our new home this season for all away games as we broadcast live at Dangerous Minds Brewing Company, 1901 North Federal Highway in Pompano Beach. Join Big O and Alex Dono for the live pregame, halftime, and postgame shows while we watch the games. Enjoy meticulously brewed beer on site, delicious artisanal pizzas, live music, and giveaways. So, the new home for all Inter Miami road games is at Dangerous Minds Brewing Company at the Pompano City Mall, where they'll feature all the Inter Miami games. Follow them on Twitter at Dangerous Minds B and Facebook and Instagram at Dangerous Minds Brewing, and visit them at dangerousmindsbrewing.com. If you're a Miami sports fan, then there's only one store to go to, and that's Caneswear at Miami Fanwear in Davie. They're your one-stop shop for all your Inter Miami CF, Canes, Dolphins, Panthers, and Marlins merchandise. They have hats, t-shirts, game day jerseys, and so much more. Located at 2511 South University Drive in Davie, and open 24/7 online at caneswear.com or intermiamiwear.com. Call them at 954-835-5597. Caneswear, the spot where Inter Miami and all Miami sports fans shop.
Keeping you informed in the world of sports. With an OnSideRadio.com sports update.
Inter Miami CF loses its opening match 3-2 to the LA Galaxy. Robbie Robinson got his first goal of the season off an assist by Higuain. Higuain also got a penalty kick goal in the second half. Their next match Saturday at the Philadelphia Union. Bam Adebayo at the buzzer to lead the Miami Heat to a 109-107 win over the Brooklyn Nets. The Heat are back on the court as it is Kelly O Revenge Night at the AAA. The Houston Rockets in town. Tip-off at 8 p.m. Marlins took 2 out of 3 from the Giants. They welcome Baltimore in for a quick 2-game series starting on Tuesday. And in soccer news, Jose Mourinho has been sacked by Tottenham. This is South Florida's home for local sports talk. This is OnSideRadio.com.
Kai's Corner. You can send Kai a text at 844-416-8123. That's 844-416-8123. Here's Kai Chen Chisholm.
Jose Mourinho great name. Used to be a great coach. Gets sacked by Tottenham, the club that doesn't care about their fans, as Man City and Man United and AC Milan and Inter Milan, Arsenal, all joining a super club.
Your club's not in it?
No, actually, they came out and made a statement saying that they don't want to ruin football. So
in other words, they just didn't come out right away. They wanted to see the backlash because they're weasels.
no, apparently, according even to the Super League, like people at Fabrizio Romano is pretty much he's like the Schefter and the Woj of the soccer world. He came out and said that RB Leipzig, FC Bayern, and PSG were never involved in talks to join the Super League. And Alex Smith just retired. Just got tweeted out. Alex Smith has retired from the NFL. Add that to the sports report. Just came up on my phone. Just came up. That from Adam Schefter. Alex Smith announced on his Instagram that he's retiring.
Breaking news, Kai. Alex Smith, it's being reported on Kai's Twitter, is retiring. Back to you, Kai.
Whoa! Oh, man. Game changing. Shot. Fantastic. That's such a random, that came out of nowhere. Sitting here about to read off the roundtable, and then Schefter tweet pops up and says, Alex Smith announced he's retiring.
I was trying to figure out which team was going to stun us in the draft and then like sign Alex Smith and then take a different pick.
Oh, that would have been a good one, too. You know, I thought he was going to go to Jacksonville.
I had the 49ers.
Really? Going back?
Well, no, because then they could take the chance and draft Trey Lance or one of those
Yeah.
guys, you know, and then work on them, I guess.
Yeah. It was really interesting. I mean, I thought he would join Jacksonville and team up with Urban Meyer again, you know, had him at Utah, and that maybe he would be kind of a guy for Trevor
Urban doesn't
Lawrence.
remember the Utes. He doesn't start thinking about people till the Gators time frame.
Urban doesn't remember anything. God, for
It's all
Trevor
those
Lawrence
injuries he has.
Yeah. I have to step away because of health problems, and then
I have a ingrown toenail on my left foot.
kept me out
I
for a
need to
month.
spend time with my family.
And then all of a sudden, a year and a half later, he's like, yeah, you know, my health problems are all fine, and now I'm Ohio State's head coach. All right, it's whatever, Urban. You know, hopefully he does well. Anyhows, there's a lot more that's coming out about the European Super League, but I want to get to the roundtable because I have to. Yeah, no, it's okay. Anyway, so today's roundtable. Through 16 games, Trevor Ariza has averaged 8.7 points, 4 rebounds. I'm just going to, and 2 assists. I'm going to round up. It's 1.6. I'm rounding up. 39% shooting from the field, 37 from 3. Tonight, as mentioned in the sports update, Miami hosts the Rockets and the return of the long-haired man himself, Kelly Olynyk. Kelly Olynyk's averaged 10 points, 6 rebounds, 2 assists, 43% from the field, and 31 from three-point range. He's been doing fantastic for the Rockets since he was traded to Houston. After watching both on this team, who was the better fit and who makes the Heat better? Yeah. My thoughts on this go from a bunch of different things. One, I think that we don't have a direct comparison with Trevor and Kelly O because Trevor, I think, was a completely different situation. You go out there and you get Bielitsa in that kind of exchange for Kelly Olynyk, is you're having that one-for-one type of deal where you're moving out a guy like Kelly O for a guy like Bielitsa. Trevor Ariza, I think, is cool. Like, I honestly think that's it's been fine. The thing is that Kelly Olynyk, I think, has been just doing very, very well for Houston, and he should be. I mean, he really should be. This is a guy that's having to really control everything for the Rockets. I mean, there's no one else in Houston to do anything. So he should be scoring like 20 points a game like he pretty much has been. He's been averaging since he joined the Rockets. I think it was like 18 since he's joined the Rockets, something like that. He should be having these great games because there's literally nobody else on the team. He wasn't going to put those numbers up, a part of the Miami Heat. He was going to be asked to do the role he was asked to do. And you know what? He did a pretty good job in that role, but You're not going to re-sign him. His contract runs out at the end of the year. Trevor Ariza brings more to the table potentially in the playoffs than Kellyo can. And at the same time, you went out there and you got Bielitsa, and that's another one that you wanted to do, a 1-for-1. I think that, look, it sucks to kind of see Kelly Olynyk doing so great. Maybe. I mean, I'm one that actually likes it because I like Kellyo, and I think the slander he got from Heat Twitter was way too much at times. So, you know, I don't know. That's kind of how I go with this. Like, I don't think it's a direct comparison between Trevor and Kellyo, but if I had to say who I think is a better fit still, I still think that it would be Trevor because Kelly's on an expiring deal, and if he continues to play at least any bit better like he is with Houston, he's going to probably get a deal, and at that point, it just he wasn't going to be re-signed by the Heat, and might as well get somebody for that, like get someone that could do the same role, and I think you get Bielitsa, you get Trevor Ariza, and that's your hope to kind of take off what you were going to get, and of course Victor Oladipo. So if Kelly Olynyk has like a 30-point game today, then everything will be horrible in the world, and the world and the sky will be falling. But it doesn't really matter anyways, right, Sean? Because, I mean, now, as I round out the roundtable there, those are just my thoughts. Now, you know, Bam's hitting game winners, so who cares about anything, right? It doesn't.
Let me tell you something. I'm so excited. Bam put on the big boy pants, and I'm here for it. I'm here for it. And the team apparently is here for it. Did you see him get mobbed?
Yeah.
I would have thought he hit a shot in the NBA Finals the way the team came running on the court.
You saw he said he wanted to stand up on the table?
Dude, I told Tito right here, I said if anybody on the Heat organization had an inkling of testosterone in their bodies, they would have told him go straight to the table and look right in the camera and say, Wade, this is my house now.
I don't know if I would go that far.
Hey, he's with the Jazz. Screw him.
That was such an odd thing to happen, too.
D-Wade, be gone.
Sean doesn't believe that, for anyone listening. Sean doesn't.
How do you know what I don't believe?
I just know.
I'm still going to put words in my mouth. I'm not scared like you. I'll speak my mind. I'm not
Oh,
worried.
really? Last week,
what are you going to do?
something.
I don't get to talk that much anyways.
Last week, I say something, and then as soon as the segment ends, Sean is like, probably shouldn't have said that. It's like, that's why I ask. I ask questions to make sure. Probably shouldn't have said that. Well, you're the one that told me to.
Listen, you had others, Big O, agree with what you said.
This is true.
So I mean, what? You should be thanking me. You're going to sit back there and be like, I don't want to say what I shouldn't say because I'm scared.
Yeah, that's right.
Now you got a big boy haircut, and now you can talk. Go, man.
I guess it's kind of like a small. I don't know if this is a big boy. I mean, listen, I got the haircut. It was real nice. Had a great time. I did it right after the show on Friday because as I had my headphones on, I couldn't stand having my hair anymore, and I was just like, I got to get this done. This is getting done right now. So I just moved my appointment from Saturday, which I'm glad I did because we were at the zoo longer than I thought I was going to be. So, you know. Anyways, Dono, if you're listening, which I assume you are because you just tweeted at me, no, I will not join your Super League run by money, and teams like Manchester City with oil. And, again, I would like to state that I don't know how Inter Milan is in the Super League when they aren't even a super team. They're winning the Serie A for the first time this year. Yes. Anyways, it's whatever. Whatever. Anyways, Saturday mornings you can catch Sean Stanley at 9 a.m. for the Square Circle Digest. Now wrestling fans have a place to call home as Sean covers the very colorful world of wrestling. Tune in every Saturday from 9 to 10 a.m. on the home for sports fans worldwide, OnsideRadio.com.
Onside Radio, the only choice for the South Florida sports fan.
Let's raise a cup to the first among us who put themselves last. To the risk takers, the mask makers, the heroes on the front line and online. To the ones keeping shelves full and keeping us hopeful. To those who don't stop and those making all the stops. To the ones who pick up, suit up, and never let us down. From all of us at Duncan to all the heroes keeping everyone running, we thank you.
It's toast. Smartest thing I did last year? Called B&T Windows and Doors and had PGT custom windows and doors installed in my house. Listen, it's spring. That means before you know it, we'll be hearing about the tropics churning. That means you need to get your home and family protected today. Call B&T right now, and they'll get you installed ASAP with the best in the business, PGT Custom Windows and Doors. 954-233-0126 or bntwindowsanddoors.com. And P.S. Tell them you heard about them on Onside Radio.
Inter Miami CF fans, join us at our new home this season for all away games as we broadcast live at Dangerous Minds Brewing Company, 1901 North Federal Highway in Pompano Beach. Join Big O and Alex Dono for the live pregame, halftime, and postgame shows while we watch the games. Enjoy meticulously brewed beer on site, delicious artisanal pizzas, live music, and giveaways. So, the new home for all Inter Miami road games is at Dangerous Minds Brewing Company at the Pompano City Mall, where they'll feature all the Inter Miami games. Follow them on Twitter at Dangerous Minds B and Facebook and Instagram at Dangerous Minds Brewing, and visit them at dangerousmindsbrewing.com.
The fighting spirit of the Marine Corps is born of battles won. Battles won within, over enemies of fear, enemies of doubt. It's who we are. It's what we do. It's a promise made to you for more than 2 centuries. A promise of the Marines.
Onside Radio enters Kai's Corner with Kai Chen Chisholm every day from 10 a.m. to noon. Join Kai as he discusses the biggest stories in South Florida sports. Tune in every day, 10 a.m. to noon for Kai's Corner on the home for South Florida sports talk, OnsideRadio.com.
Let's be honest. The National Symphony may not be in his future, but he wanted to try violin. So you said yes because you love him. And if you love him that much, love him enough to make sure he's buckled up and in the back seat. Find out more about keeping your kids safe in your vehicle at nhtsa.gov/the-right-seat. Show them you love them. Keep them safe. Visit nhtsa.gov/the-right-seat. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
Now that it's springtime, it's only getting hotter here in South Florida. Make sure your AC in your home or business is running smoothly by investing in a preventative maintenance plan from M&S Air Conditioning. And M&S is a Mitsubishi Diamond Elite contractor. When you purchase a new Mitsubishi electric mini split system, you'll get a 12-year warranty. Or install a high-efficiency polarized air filter in your AC unit that captures and destroys biological contaminants to improve air quality. M&S Air Conditioning have been providing prompt, honest, and reliable service for over 30 years. Schedule service or call to get more info on our preventative maintenance plans. Call 954-421-3680 or visit ac-florida.com.
At OnsideRadio.com, we chirp all day and night. It's time to do some more chirping with David Dwork at our Chirping the Cats report.
The Panthers are finally back in South Florida following a 2-week road trip, and they kick off a 4-game homestand tonight when they host the Columbus Blue Jackets at BB&T Center. Florida's coming off a strong showing in Tampa, picking up 3 of a possible 4 points following 2 games against their cross-state rival. Right now with the Cats, it's all about the new guys, with several deadline additions making instant contributions. Sam Bennett picked up a pair of assists in his Panthers debut on Saturday, skating on a line with Jonathan Huberdeau and Anthony Duclair. Brandon Montour has fit in nicely and looked great paired up with Marcus Nuchavara. Nikita Gusev has flashed some offensive flair, particularly on Florida's top power play unit, and Lucas Wallmark has been strong defensively while winning 55% of his faceoffs since joining the Panthers. We'll see if those trends continue when the Cats open a back-to-back set with the slumping Blue Jackets tonight. Columbus arrives in South Florida having lost 5 straight and 12 of their last 14 overall.
Keep up with the latest on the Florida Panthers by subscribing on most platforms by searching Onside Radio, your home for South Florida sports. Let's get back to Kai's Corner. You can send Kai a text at 844-416-8123. That's 844-416-8123. Here's Kai Chen Chisholm.
Okay, I'm so confused. We're getting updates now about the Super League as it goes on. And there was an update from Fabrizio Romano that I don't really... I'm Big O, if you can make sense of this. I can't.
It's super.
He said there's a meeting ongoing between Serie A clubs in Italy to discuss the Super League, but...
It's so super.
Juventus, AC Milan, and Inter have joined the other 17 clubs. They were expected to be out from the club conversation today. What? I don't...
Look, up in the sky. It's a bird. It's a plane. It's Super League.
I don't understand any of it. Whatever. Anyways, It was a great day yesterday. I mean,
was.
of course, the loss sucked, but besides that, it was a great game.
Yeah, it was a really good game, really entertaining game. Unfortunately, we were on the wrong end of it. But I'm not one of those guys. I don't
Only look at the result.
I didn't look at I didn't look at that game as doom and gloom as some people might look at it, actually. So I thought there was a lot of progress from last year in one game. So we'll talk a little bit about that on the show. But it was a really fun day, and it was great to have a crowd, man, because we broadcasted last year mostly at empty stadiums and no atmosphere and all of that. And when you're home and you're watching them play on the pitch, and there's nobody in the stands except the Moss family. And a couple of other, security people or whatever, and maybe 30 people were in the stands, and it was tough for an ambiance. Yesterday was a lot of fun, man, and watching the supporters, how they were going nuts.
90 minutes, not even a stop.
Yeah, no, those guys are fantastic. Those supporter groups are just absolutely amazing. Kudos to Vice City, Siege, and Southern Legion. They do a great job of supporting this club. And then the fans, I thought, were fantastic. Again, it was just a lot of fun to have a ton of people in the building that weren't just us.
It's what makes the game.
Yeah, no, there's
like
no
that's
doubt.
the thing that I was saying when I
can't
came
replace
on.
that.
I was trying. My girlfriend was asking me yesterday, how it was to be there, and like everything we were doing. I was like, oh, it was great. And I was like, but the one thing I came away with is like, there's an indescribable feeling of a soccer stadium full of fans, even if it wasn't even full, but to the point where you're going, and even 8,000 people can make it feel like that stadium doesn't have a single seat missing.
Right.
Like there's something that you just can't describe about a feeling like that, and just pushing on your team. I mean, even at the end point. I remember I came in here to get my laptop, and there was a missed header wide.
Did you get your charger, by the way?
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
There was a missed header wide in the 89th minute, and you heard the crowd go wild. I thought I was about to go in, and then just hearing it.
Yeah,
it was. I thought it was an awesome game. I'm not very doom and gloom about it either. I think we saw a lot from them, as you mentioned, that we didn't see last year, and you just saw very early on how Phil Neville wants to play his attacking style of football. And how the defense was very good for quite some time. And then, of course, fatigue and everything came in.
It was mistakes.
For sure.
That's all it was.
But it was just little small ones.
Yeah,
and,
man.
and those can
That's
get
it.
adjusted very easily. I think that the team did a great job. What do you have coming up on the show today?
We're loaded, man. Omar Kelly's going to stop by for his weekly session at 12:30. Michelle Kaufman will join us. She was here yesterday covering the event.
She had a lot of great questions.
At 1:30, she will join us. And Danny Vietti is going to join us from CBS Sports. We're going to talk a little baseball with him because the Marlins, man, have been playing really, really well, taking 2 of 3 from the Giants, 3 of 4 from the Braves. So they are playing really well right now. So if anybody likes to watch a little baseball, you're definitely enjoying the Marlins right now. So we'll give the Marlins a little love, too, here on the show. But got a bunch of things to talk about. The Heat, Inter,
Bam
Panthers,
man.
Bam, yeah. It was although I have a different take than a lot of people are
on the winner.
It
could have rattled out very easily.
No, not so much on the shot, just on the Heat overall and the Bam and the win last night.
Oh, because everyone on Heat Twitter is acting like nothing's wrong in the world.
Yeah,
again. That's something I came away with.
We're back.
Yeah. I'm gonna definitely
So back.
I'm gonna definitely maybe shed a little more reality on some folks out there.
All right. Well, hopefully for you, it's a great show. Let me get this out because I closed my tab. I want to make sure I do something. But hopefully you have a great show. Hopefully everything is good on that one. Start your morning every day, 8 a.m. with Toasted Sports. Toast covers all the local sports stories while providing some great Miami Hurricanes insight. Download, subscribe, rate, and review the podcast. Toasted Sports, 8 to 10 a.m. only at OnsideRadio.com.
We'll be right back to the Big O Show. You can join us on the Onside Sports Line.